These are our thoughts about products to source and sell in May. Some of them you'll source, some of them you'll sell, some of them you'll do both. But just, what do I need to get a hold of? What inventory do I need to grab? I'm going to tell you at the top of the list, like if you get the opportunity, definitely grab some Tuesday morning inventory, definitely grab some Bed Bath and Beyond inventory. If you can get it at a right price, take advantage of that and use that to your benefit. That's especially if you're already selling those types of products or similar or related products, definitely grab that inventory. And if you've got the cash flow to be able to sell those items or be able to acquire them. So that would be the number one thing I would tell you to source. Okay, that's your source it now and continue to source it for the entire month of May. Okay, so the next one is trying to get my mouse to move. You should be selling Mother's Day and Father's Day. We're like right up on Mother's Day, but if you're going to do merchant fulfilled, you can still sell some Mother's Day stuff. There's a lot of people that are still in the state of shock that Mother's Day is like in 2 weekends, so they're kind of caught off guard. And so if you put your listings up today, tomorrow, the next day, you can still get some sales. You can get a lot of sales right about now. Father's Day is in June for those who are not paying attention. So you got it pretty much, but you need to go ahead and list those items now. Don't be waiting to do that. Do that now. You don't run into any problems with, trying to get that item to a customer in a timely manner. So Mother's Day, definitely do merchant fulfilled if you have the opportunity. I wouldn't send any shipments into a fulfillment center right now. It's really close. I would just go ahead and merchant fulfill Mother's Day if you have the opportunity. You can send it in. Just know that they allow up to 2 weeks. Now, will people buy Mother's Day stuff after Mother's Day? Absolutely. Mother's Day, mothers will be getting gifts, so they'll buy stuff for themselves after Mother's Day is over. So you can still get some sales. All right. And some of the Mother's Day gifts might work for weddings that are coming up. Some of the Mother's Day gifts may work for graduations that are coming up. So, again, you could still send it into a warehouse if you don't want to touch it. Next, I would definitely sell graduation stuff. And you might as well just throw wedding stuff in there as well. I don't know if I put wedding on the slides or not, but graduation. Graduation from not just college, graduation from high school, graduation from middle school going to high school, graduation from elementary school going to middle school, graduation from preschool going to elementary. So all of those are options. You've got graduation gifts for the little ones and graduation gifts for the bigger ones. Don't overlook graduation gifts and graduation gift ideas and graduation gift opportunities. And if you're struggling to figure out what are some of those graduation gift ideas, Google search and say graduation gifts for a teenager. I'm confident something will come up. Graduation gifts for a senior, graduation gifts for a college student. Like just Google it. Those are long tail keywords, just so you know. And you just type it into Google and see what comes up. Or type it into Chat GPT and see what they tell you. You should be selling indoor and outdoor activities. So summer indoor activities like board games or things that you can do, play with solo, like STEM games and things like that, or play with other kids in your neighborhood if you don't want to be outside in the heat. Next is outdoor. So there's going to be parents that are going to be sending their kids off to camp. They're going to need like a life vest, or they might need some, off repellent or citronella candles or new shorts and t-shirts and swimwear or other things that might be helpful for outdoors, depending on which camp or activity they're going to participate in. So indoor activities for kids and for adults, outdoor activities for kids and for adults. So keep that in mind, like the little canisters that keep water in, so keep it from getting hot. You should be selling learning and educational toys or activities for independent or group. So I mentioned that indirectly before, like things that kids can do by themselves, like little STEM kits. There's a whole subscription thing going on with STEM kits. And then those that are not STEM kits, like it's just an activity kit for a single child to do on their own or something to do with friends, or things that people can do together. So anything that is learning or educational related, parents don't want their kids to regress over the summer. Typically, I would sort of buy these things, source them in March and list them in April and let them continue to sell April, May, and June. So you can, again, you still have time. It is May, it's early May. So jump on the bandwagon, get your listings up as quickly as possible on the different platforms in which you're selling on. These things will fly off the shelf. Okay, you can sell things for a dorm or apartment or for people that are moving. In the summertime, people move. They move out of their dorm. Maybe they graduated from college and so they're going to move out and go move into an apartment. There are kids that are graduating from high school, going into college, so they need stuff for their dorm. There are people that are, buying a new apartment, or not buying, but renting a new apartment, or maybe buying a new condo. But there's some moving activity that happens. A lot of moving happens. Parents might get a new job. Maybe they were working in California and they're going to move to Texas. They got a new job in Texas. They want to get settled in and have their kids ready to start school in the fall. So there's a lot of moving activity that happens, not just for college students, not just for graduates and things like that, but also families move because of the fact that they need to get their kids in the school district that they want to be in for the fall. They do that in advance. Next thing, you should be selling travel related stuff. Travel, travel, travel. Trips to grandma's, trips on summer vacations, trips to hang out with friends or cousins, or go out to, grandma and grandpa's farm, or whatever those happen to be. Activities in the back of the car, activities on the bus, activities in the plane. Maybe they're going on a cruise. Maybe they're not going, like any type of things. Maybe they're going away from summer camp. All of those are travel related. Maybe they're going to rent out a Verbo for a month. Maybe family reunion. So people are all traveling to go to a family reunion, or maybe there's, games and meets over the summer. So you've got to travel to those. Anything that is travel related. Think about all the things that you might need if you're traveling to a game. Think of all the things you might need if you're traveling to a family reunion, or you're traveling for a wedding, or you're traveling to go to grandma's, like all of those types of things. And also the things you need if you go to summer camp. Typically, there are online lists. I would definitely source the necessities, maybe sell them in a bundle. Now, from a sourcing standpoint, I'm definitely talking about sourcing the necessities and the replenishables. Why? Because the economy is slightly slowing down and people don't have jobs. For some people, they still haven't found a job. For other people, they are just trying to stretch their dollar. They're not going out to eat as much. They're not ordering as much stuff from Amazon. And when they are ordering from Amazon or eBay or Walmart, they're only ordering what they really, 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 really need. So think about bundle opportunities of what people really, 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 really need and list the necessities instead of the luxury. Definitely list the necessities and not the luxuries. My phone went off and it just lost my train of thought there. Also look for opportunities to list replenishables. There's going to be a lot of replenishables. There's definitely going to be replenishables for back to school, so you should source that. But replenishables for any of the summer related travel stuff, replenishables for mom, things that she might buy that she buys on a regular basis. A replenishable is anything that when it's gone or empty or used up, you have to replace it. You have to buy more. Okay. So go after those things that are defined or deemed as necessities that when they're gone, you need to buy more. Next, I would source for some of the summer movies. There's a lot of blockbuster movies that are actually coming out this year, more this year than last year, as we continue to try and gain momentum further and further away from the COVID pandemic, even though COVID is still out there in the universe. You've got Marvel movies coming out this summer. You've got DC movies coming out this summer. You've got cartoons coming out this summer. There's going to be a bunch of things that are coming out. People did not expect Super Mario Brothers to do what it did, and it's still like raking in the dollars. So people have missed the movies, and this is the second big movie. Before that, it was Maverick. That is getting a lot of buzz. I mean, more so than Black Panther. Like, there's a bunch of movies that are coming out. So source for those, because whatever you source for, whatever the movies are, there's going to be back to school stuff for those things, and Halloween costumes and Christmas gifts. So keep all of that in mind. Start sourcing for that stuff now. Source for July, August, and September. Right now, we are in second quarter. And so my rule of thought is when you're in second quarter, source for third quarter. When you're in third quarter, source for fourth quarter. When you're in the spring, source for the summer. When you're in the summer, source for the fall. So always a 3-month window that's in advance. You should be sourcing for July, August, and September, because that's you're going to be able to find those things, get them listed, and keep in mind again, replenishables, replaceables, consumables, any of those things, the necessities that people are going to need. What do people need in July or August or September, or what do they most commonly buy that they have to buy more of? So there's some form of entertaining that's definitely going to be happening in July and September, because you've got 4th of July and then you also have Labor Day. Both of those are red, white, and blue. Memorial Day, you're going to have red, white, and blue. And then you have some election stuff that's happening. And next year will definitely be big elections. So red, white, and blue is going to be a big thing, paying attention to all of that. But what are the other things? Sourcing for back to school and sourcing for the fall. And what are the things that people do in the fall? They like buy tarps for their motorcycles and their boats and for their cars that have the sunroof. Those are things that people buy. So expand your thinking about what it is that people will potentially buy in those months and begin the process of sourcing for those things now. So I hope this info is helpful. I hope you use it as you go on your journey to source products for in May, and prepare to make some money in May.